Hello everyone and welcome back for another edition of 8 Minutes with Aaron. I am of course your host Aaron, and today we are talking about Monday Night Raw that took place on September 22nd at the Ford Center in Evansville, Indianapolis. Hey, I got it right. So let's get rolling with a fresh edition of this guy right here, Aaron. So Monday Night Raw started off with Cody Rhodes making his way to the ring, even though it is not SmackDown. He came down, and before he could run his mouth about Seth Rollins made his appearance and came down to the ring with the Visionary team, or whatever the hell they're called nowadays. He told them to stay back. He entered the ring, and him and Cody had a little back and forth. That took way, way too long, and should have gotten cut at least 1/3 of the time they spoke. Cody Rhodes talked about, hey, well, he was the quarterback and how Seth Rollins has changed over the last couple of years. Now he's standing here a completely different person with a bunch of goons outside the ring. Seth Rollins said, nah. You misunderstand it, Cody. I am the leader and you are my quarterback and everyone behind me is the vision for the future. I am Seth Rollins. I am the visionary. Blah, 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 blah. Cody said, look, man, I don't know. You helped me at WrestleMania. You came back, you won the title, you're just not the same. And think about it. How many matches have we had? And how many of you won? And popped the mic against his chest and walked out of the ring. Seth Rollins, of course, waved his hands to Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed so they didn't murder the shit out of Cody, and Cody left. So what else happened on this thing? I did have a mouse somewhere, but I can't find it now. All right, so let's just talk about what happened with the New Day. New Day had a match against the Viking Raiders and Penta. I'm going to be honest with you. It was no disqualification match. They had chairs. They had kendo sticks. It wasn't really It was aight. Penta won with a Penta driver on Grayson Waller. I'm going to give this match down. I'm not a big fan of the War Raiders or Viking Warriors or whatever they're called nowadays. And I think they're kind of like chilling out on Penta, so I don't know what the hell's going on. We had a backstage segment with Jimmy and Jay. Jay was basically saying, Jimmy, if you didn't have that match on, Monday leading into WrestlePalooza, we would have beaten Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. But since LA Knight had to pick you as a partner and he had to be our referee, he screwed us over. Jimmy's like, whoa, bro, are you blaming me? That maybe I was the problem, that I fucked up? And Jay's like, no. It's LA Knight. And then Jimmy's like, I'm going to go to Adam Pearce and ask for a little rematch. Jay's like, I already took care of it. We're going to have one next week because tonight I got to take care of business with LA Knight, which will happen later on in the night. Found my mouse. Perfect. Okay. So, what else? Oh, Laura Valkyria met up with Bayley in the back. Bayley had a match coming up against Roxanne Perez. Laura's like, listen, Bayley, how you doing? Sorry I got in your face last week. Bayley's like, what are you talking about? Like her split personality shit. She's like, I would really appreciate it if you came down to the ring and stood at my corner. Laura Valkyria's like, look, I'll do it if it means that much to you. And Bayley's like, okay, no takey backs. No, what the fuck? So let's just talk about the Bayley versus Roxanne Perez match. That match was actually pretty good. I don't have anything negative to say about it. Bayley was looking kind of dominant in the match. Now, the one problem I had, which I will also speak later about, is the fact that they keep talking about injuries that the wrestlers are having in the ring. So Roxanne Perez focused on Bayley's knee, but there were so many times that Bayley just like fired up through a knee injury, and then maybe 5, 6, 7 minutes later, my knee hurts. Like, I hate that shit. Either be consistent or just shut the fuck up, because the announcers must have said it about 8 to 10 times. Let's see what happened at the end. Bayley went to the outside of the ring with Roxanne Perez. Raquel Rodriguez tried to interfere. Laura Valkyria ran interference. Roxanne Perez got back in the ring. Bayley fired up real quick. Hit her, Rose Plant or whatever the fuck move she does. She had a belly to belly and all that stuff. Got the 1, 2, 3. I'm going to give this match a up because it kept me entertained and I kind of like Bayley. Not her gimmick, but you know what I like about her. And after the match, Laura Valkyria came in, tried to give Bayley a hug and be like, hey, good job. And then Bayley totally flipped and her was like, what the fuck you doing? Don't touch me. I don't even know why you're out here. You're an asshole. Get out of here before I beat your ass. So Bayley, I'm really not liking your gimmick. Though if it kind of turns into, how Mick Foley did, Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, and Dude Love, I might be on board, but I don't know how on board I would be. Stephanie Valkyrie had a little segment with Adam Pearce thanking everyone, becoming the women's champion. And Adam Pearce basically said the winner of the triple threat match on Friday will face you at Crown Jewel. In the back, Stephanie Valkyrie ran into Rhea Ripley and Nikki Bella. And she's like, yeah, I'm the champ, blah, blah, blah. They're giving her plenty of praise. Asuka rolls up and goes, you should not beat Io Sky. And Rhea's like, yo, get the fuck out of her face. That's it. Me and you, tonight, one-on-one. Asuka's like, you not ready for Asuka. JD McDonough had a match with Rusev because Dominic's being a little puss-puss, and he doesn't want to face Rusev himself. Nobody in Judgment Day wants to help Dominic because he's in cahoots with El Grande Americana, and El Grande Americana ain't helping Judgment Day, and, you know, they don't want to help Dominic Mysterio. I thought that Rusev was going to murder the shit out of JD McDonough. Dude, JD got some fire-ass offense. Dude, JD McDonough is a pretty husky wrestler. I can see him after... They need to drop the titles because they haven't even defended the titles once since they did like 5 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw. And that's the only title defense they've ever had. To be honest with you, I think it's kind of goofed up and bonked up. I'm giving this match an up because Rusev was dominant. JD kept me entertained. After the match, Rusev had him in the, what's it called? The Accolade. And Dominic, like, stood on the top of the rope, like, should I get in? Should I not get in? I'm a scared son of a bitch. And then Finn Balor had to come and make the save, beat up Rusev, and they all rolled out of the ring. Insane in the membrane. Rusev looks like a fucking beast. A beast! I'm pretty sure I forgot a lot of shit that did happen on Monday Night Raw, but I don't really give a shit. Jey Uso versus LA Knight. I'm not going to go in this match. I'm tired of talking about Jey Uso and LA Knight. LA Knight is not a fan favorite of mine. It came down to Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker came down into the ring while Jay was knocked on the ground after a BFT or some whatever move he did. And LA Knight fought them off. He turned around, got speared by Jay. 1, 2, 3. Jay took the win. I'm going to give this a down. Yeah, it's getting it down after the match. Jimmy met up with Jay on the ramp as, you know, the Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker were going to get in the ring. He ran down with a chair and defended LA Knight. And Jay just looked like, yo, what the fuck, Jimmy? And finally, we get to our main event, and it is Asuka with Kairi Sane versus Rhea Ripley. I'm not sure I have a lot of time to talk about this, so I'll do what I can. This match was pretty good. Again, I am going to focus on how they talked about Rhea Ripley's leg being injured, and Rhea Ripley really didn't sell it until the end of the match. A lot of back and forth. Asuka was doing real great. I really like her with the strikes and the punches, blah, 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 blah. Kairi Sane didn't want to get involved in anything, so every time she had an opportunity to, like, punch Rhea Ripley, she was like, nah, I can do it. Until the end, she was going to hit her. Rhea Ripley blocked it. Asuka tried a butt bump, hit Kairi Sane, she fell out. Rhea Ripley got a small package. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley won. It's getting an up because I like Asuka and Rhea Ripley, and they put on a banging ass match. Go and watch it. Following the match, we know what was going to happen. Io Sky came in to save Rhea Ripley after she got green misted by Asuka. And Rhea Ripley and Io Sky got beat up as Asuka and Kairi Sane turned on Io Sky. Who didn't see that coming? Everybody saw it coming. Overall, I'm going to give Monday Night Raw a down because it's just getting shittier and shittier. My name is Aaron. Thank you for joining me with 8 Minutes with Aaron. I will see you next time. We're going to more stuff, more things, and of course, more of me. I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.